Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. My name is Super Apostle Baksay. I'm Super Apostle of Supreme King Jesus Christ in the Church of Jesus Christ in the Level of Saints. I'm Super Apostle Baksay, as Super Apostle of Supreme King Jesus Christ, and I'm working on a project of exaltation, a project of salvation. By the plan, I Super Apostle Baksay I'm working on in the Church of Jesus Christ, and Super Apostle of Supreme King Jesus Christ. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ, the Level of Saints, supposed to be translated into the glory of Supreme ELOHIM, Supreme Yahweh, and supposed to ascend to highest heaven exceeding early about now. Now to ascend to highest heaven, or do. So I propose that there will come now great light of the cloud of escort of highest heaven, with angels of highest heaven, and Heavenly Father, Supreme ELOHIM, and Supreme Yahweh, Supreme Jesus Christ will escort me by the escort angels into their presence. So still now in the presence of God, Supreme Yahweh, and we hope now to be transferred through the united eternal unit into the highest heaven, that may be also billion galaxies away, from one direction of billion galaxies, or one place that is the highest heaven. So if the great light comes, you'll see it. That will be pleasing to me. In the meantime, we will speak about how can we prepare there. We might have many ascending, as John the Beloved, he in his revolution of John, given in our Patmos, that is actually at the moment part of the Republic of Greece, that is near the shore of Turkey. That was before maybe a place for people that was named Hittite. So that was Old Testament. Now in New Testament, we have the new constitution, and we actually now are wondering how to formulate our last will. And so we were actually pointing out the orders of Jesus Christ, the last will of Jesus Christ, the baptismal. So many might say last will is the gospel of Jesus Christ. That might be complete. But maybe we need to specify some more, as we realize that many was assigned to be disciples of Jesus Christ, to belong to the Church of Jesus Christ, and was having record in the church. And nevertheless, they was reportedly dead and decomposed. And we would like to avoid this situation when people are dead and decomposed. And we would like to experience the ascension to highest heaven as the great glory of God. And so let us remember, as Supreme Jesus Christ was sharing the gospel, and it's our favorite hymn of his last will. And let us remember in this report, and also in the Gospel of Saint John the Evangelist, Gospel of Jesus Christ of Saint John the Evangelist, chapter 13, verse 35, as Jesus Christ was sort of singing there, and the melody was not yet preserved, but we have the melody by some American sisters. We're in secret sisters of the Religious Society, so maybe until we get the correct melody, we can friendship with secret sisters of the Religious Society of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Saints. Let's lift with our sisters. Tune the hymn. As I have loved you, love one another. These new commandments, love one another. By this shall man know that you are my disciple, if you have loved one to another. Brothers and sisters, I actually, as Super Apostle, was in a university family that was extremely oppressed by some sort of Cold War. That first president of Jesus Christ, a lot of saints, was letting fall upon all those that are closely related to me. And so that was including Moscow. And they was there maybe most there because there was Swedish stand against them, great battles. Russia was victorious over there. And then I was saying Napoleon against Moscow. And in great battles, Russia was victorious against Napoleon. And that was a great victory because Napoleon was coming there with 170,000 and was returning only about 60,000 actually fighters. They were so happy his Russians won. And then he was having Adolf Hitler attacking him in great and very terrible explosions and battles of this modern Second World War warfare. And the Russians was again victorious. So we are so pleased that this glorious nation of disciples of Jesus Christ is victorious. So we would like to get this video in perfect dubbing, perfect Hungarian translation by very quality Russian speakers. So they might know how very much we love Russian and wish that they are absolutely most excellent disciples of Jesus Christ. Better than them can be only me, Jesus, or Most High God, and Russia. But we love also the others, yes, Polish, Belarusians, Ukrainians, Czech, Slovak, Slovene, Serbocrats, Bosnia and Herzegovina, as well as the Chernogorans and their neighbors. And we, of course, love also Germans, Austrians, and also the Danish, Swedish, Norway, as well as Dutch, Belgian, from Luxembourg. And those most white of French we like very much, they're blonde and blue eyes. And also Scottish, Irish, Welsh, and English. We are also English. So these we love the most. And then also the others that are closely associated at the moment not mentioned, or maybe mentioning them before. That's our belief that Israel is most beautiful. It's not blonde and blue eyes. I myself like to get blue eyes. I am so believe. And I like to be extremely blonde so that I was a fine color. And I'm so pleased that I might now decided we might have a glorious union with the Russian Federation and with their disciples of Jesus Christ. I was absolutely amazed as it was the end of the day, the morning of the young morning of peace, and the Russian president was stating in microphone, "Gura!" It was so glorious, and all the soldiers on the left there, or the soldiers getting together. As soon as I was not perfectly knowledgeable about the Moscow places where they would assemble themselves, and there was many soldiers, and they were flying 3 times, "Gura, Gura, Gura." It's so wonderful. I was so extremely glad. Gura means mount, so that's maybe Mount Zion, but it means also above. So it's some sort of invitation to rise or to ascend up above into highest to God. So that was really glorious experience to see the unity of ascension of this host rank of Jesus. And Kremlin is so beautiful as a church, the way disciples of Jesus Christ was assembling in Moscow. So we look forward that we might have this last will applied and distributed, and maybe in birth certificates in Russian Federation, but also in all other Christian countries that believe in Jesus Christ as maybe main faith. That might be also in North America, also in Great Britain. We hope that we might have this last will applied in first page. Now, overleaf. First page will be actually the information about the newborn babe, and then there might be also the constitution that is part of the last will, and then on the other side might be the last will summary as well. So it actually will be that this baby that has been born at this hour, at this time in the week, or this morning, hopefully, or noon, afternoon, also, or early evening and night. So that's what we have written, and also maybe how much it weighed, how much he or she was waiting, or how long was the body, maybe some more information we can add, like color of eyes. Why is the child absolutely blonde? Could apply also the child is blonde at the birth, and something is really wrong. Blonde. Here. So this would be actually, and now thinking, okay, how can we get the last will formulate the Constitution? We would like to name the Constitution as the eternal or perfect Constitution of Jesus Christ, or eternal and perfect Constitution of most supreme, most King Jesus Christ. And in preamble, we start matter that this is the supreme ELOHIM, the supreme Yahweh, most supreme ELOHIM, most supreme Yahweh, Constitution of most supreme ELOHIM and most supreme Yahweh, citizens and residents of our country, and might apply in any country or unit, like a federation or union, or an organization like a North Atlantic glorious organization. So I thought that we might have, they are also applied, their neighbors and friends too. This constitution also for them to go up to the boundary of the translation of the soul of the citizens and other defense into the glory of Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh, and after into the presence of God into high heaven, the presence of most Supreme and most Supreme Yahweh. So this will be perfect in the preamble. So we might have this constitution as not only the statement of people or statement of units, but as the will of the Most High God from above, from the higher. So that's such a great glory, like a south of glory, south of armies of heaven, south of love, of life, or south of the way to direct up to above, and that's what I thought we might also have as the true saying. So these guys who are standing at the 3, I testify in water standing, I know through the power of the Holy Spirit, through the numerals and holy, and I propose that the first paragraph will be likened to dignity. So we have Charter of Human Rights and Freedom, and that shall be really our constitution, the constitution of liberty. So dignity will be specified in first, that the dignity is ascension to love God first, to ascend to the presence of God, to be transferred to heaven, to ascend to heaven. So that's the first paragraph of our last will, our constitution, our first paragraph of the gospel of Jesus Christ. We need to love God with all our understanding first, and to ascend to his presence is honorable or dignity. Now, to specify further the dignity is that the second is you are a created image of God, and you are in my image and likeness of God, and you shall marry male and female in a true order of prayer. So that's what we want to go, so we need to pray. So that will help us to read the Holy Scriptures too if we pray. So mostly before we read the Holy Scriptures, we pray. And then as we pray and read the Holy Scriptures for a while, we mostly have more powerful prayers of more knowledge, more understanding. So the second part of that we as images of God to marry. So wedding and marriage, that is a true order of prayer. And now the third is take my children by my word in my name into highest heaven. So we take children to highest heaven as a third. And that means to use the gift of procreation and give us the power to have children and to be accompanied and empowered by presence of children to highest heaven. So they might know where we're taking them. We might be there for them. We might be transparent to them. And this guy was very clearly stating what French is consulting to highest heaven. Now, there is keep the Sabbath holy. That is changed in ages. In Jesus Christ, we celebrated not 7, but the first morning. Maybe that we might celebrate both 7th and the first. First, because we need to now emphasize that there's a time and season of ascension time in heaven. So that will be very easy. There we have some more light coming. Where we shall honor our parents. That means dignity towards parents, to take them also to heaven. So parents will not be just left on earth or to die or to be bullied and decomposed. Parents also to heaven. Now we need to have the presence of God, so we might have all the Lord Jesus Christ. The present Moses was committing exceedingly many trespasses, such like criminality, war crimes, gross criminality, international criminal networking, and misusing the gifts of God and the church, the name of God, using bank for criminality. So that we need to repent, we need to help us in repent of the criminality. And if we move into the equality, as the way of kindness, how can we put us up in the kind? We need to approximately put us financially, regarding our planning, we need to put us as in the house or in high heaven to be far. We need to be chaste as in high heaven, as in high heaven. But we need to be generous in forgiving. We need to be humble to acknowledge grateful in the sky that all the most perfect gifts are. The gifts of God, or found that those are most of the gifts of God, and it's a very good thing. So actually, we are in charity. So that's what I thought that we might have as an